Happy Thursday. Hey, everybody. Appreciate you being here tonight. I wanted to read something that just came through here just a minute ago about the keto diet. It was breaking news. I got a flash alert on it. And it's something that maybe I've been living under a rock, but I have honestly not heard of this. So y'all let me know in the comments if you have had this happen or have heard of this happen before. The keto diet skin rash. Now it looks like poison ivy to me is what poison ivy starts out. But it says when you begin the ketogenic diet, you may go into it with certain expectations. Keto rash is a side effect. Keto diet has a strong impact on skin health, and most people's skin improves. But it says luckily it's uncommon. But it's important to know that it says out of all the cases that this particular doctor sees, that keto rash is associated with a keto diet, and 40% of it happening following the adoption of a ketogenic diet. So y'all let me know if that's ever happened, if you've heard of it. I have not heard of it, and I try to keep up, with all the things as much as I can. But I had not heard of that. Sherry, greetings to you. It's like you were first in here tonight, so welcome. Anna, hey man, I just bought the gold nugget pork rinds, worth every penny. They're so good. Thanks for the tip. Yes, they are awesome. I actually reached out to that company. I think I said that in the video, but I had a couple other companies. One of them was the biggest one that I know of. And I tried theirs, and I liked them, but they weren't, I could tell they weren't quite as fresh. And so I ran across this company that's in North Carolina, so just to the north of me. And of course, Smithfield is huge in North Carolina, and they got more pork farms in the country than anybody else. And they're huge up there. So I'm like, well, I figure they're probably gonna be pretty fresh. So talking back and forth to the people there, and the lady there is really nice. And anyway, I love them. So you're very welcome for the tip. And I got a nice little stockpile myself bought up, and I saw today that there was only 3 bags left in that 1 pound bag. So I'm gonna buy more, like a bigger quantity from them, because I'm using them in all kind of stuff. I'm doing a lot of bread. I made some bread for my video on Saturday. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But anyway, y'all let me know about this keto rash thing. Anyway, it was kind of interesting to me. I have not heard that. Let's see. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Yeah, we always try to have a good time. Carrie, Cindy, love your bowl and your funny approach. Thanks for sharing so many good recipes and ideas. Well, you're welcome. And I'm serious. Hey, everything tastes better in a yellow bowl. You make it in a yellow bowl, it's gonna exceed. So there you go. But yeah, I got some real good recipes coming up, and a question I wanted to ask y'all tonight. I get a few questions in here. A lot of times we just hang out and chat, that's cool with me too. But one question I wanted to ask y'all is this new keto flour that I put out. What kind of stuff do you want to see me make with it? I'm going to put out a poll on YouTube, but I want to take all the feedback from what y'all saying here, since you took your time tonight to come see the live and hang out with me for a little bit. So I want to take all the ideas that I'm going to put in a poll on YouTube later this week. And so the most comments on whatever they are going to win. And hopefully there's a lot of comments on it. And if not, then I'll add a couple myself. But y'all let me know what you want me to make out of the keto flour. What I've done so far is a lot of baked stuff. Of course, those cookies that I put out, I've used it as breading, made some muffins with it, just some different things like that, but mostly baked goods. So I haven't tried like a new bread yet, or a biscuit recipe or anything like that yet. And so just kind of curious as to what y'all think, but it came out so good in all those other recipes. I just wanted to kind of get that out there first. And that way, when I come out with future stuff, that recipe is back there to refer to, and make up a big batch or whatever. So y'all just let me know what you want. And then I'm going to put a poll out later on, maybe tomorrow. I may put the poll out tomorrow after I go back and watch, because they'll replay this in the morning, and you can kind of, listen to it like a podcast or whatever. But anyway, so I get the comments from tonight and tomorrow morning on what y'all want to see with that flour, and we'll put a poll out there and start making some of that stuff. So, Carrie, oh, you were early with jokes today. Terminator was getting the check at a fancy restaurant, and he said, "Pasta la vista, baby." That's good. Carrie's always got a good joke, but you were a little early tonight. You must have been here hanging out. Hey, Janine. Satin, hello. Truth Matters. Hey, Victor. Hey, everyone. Hello. You're in the middle of making the bread right now. First time. Wish me luck. I'm listening. Yes, good luck to you. I made a loaf yesterday. Filmed a whole video yesterday. I got way behind because we went out of town. We went camping, as many of you know. And that put me a little bit behind on my videos. I had all the ideas that I wanted to do, but I actually just finished that one yesterday. And I had to get the bread done. And then the recipe for Saturday, which is pretty cool. I hope y'all enjoy it. So anyway, yes, great luck to you. And there's a ton of comments in there that are helpful too under that video. The 200-degree thing was pretty big because I tested that a couple of times afterwards. And that 200-degree internal temperature, I wish I had known that before I made the video because I would have put that in there. But that's if it gets to 200 degrees and if it starts to brown too much on the top, just put some foil over it. But that 200 degrees is key to making sure that's really good. Lawn Papa, hello. I am doing good today, and I hope you are. Hey, Donna. Lori, I only bought the 1 pound pork rinds to try them out. So good, I need to order more. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do too, because I got a small amount. I think I got like 4 pounds, and so I'm gonna get the big bag next time. So because I'm definitely going to use them. That's going to be my go-to in all the breads and everything, and some other recipes I'm working on too. Because I love pork rinds as a replacement for almond flour, and I know there's a lot of people like on that flour video said they can't do almond flour, or some people said they're allergic to coconut flour. So I'm going to do more with pork rinds, but I got to make sure everybody knows what the best kind is to get, so that you don't get a porky cake. So let's see. So yeah. Anyway, what's up, Crow Man? Bagels. All right. Fried ravioli. Yes. All right. So bagels, that's a good one. What no any difference between a keto rash and any other kind of rash? I have psoriasis. Gotcha. And hopefully keto has helped you a little bit with that. Could you do an awesome pizza with the flour? I have been, Lynn, I actually did try. I tried to use that as like just a flat one in a pan, and it worked out pretty good. So I'm hoping I can have a dough, because I got a pizza oven out there that is not getting used. It's like it goes up to 850 degrees. It's an outdoor pizza oven. I haven't been able to use it in a long time. So I'm really wanting to do a crust that would stand up. I just don't know with the almond flour how it's going to do. But it did good in a pan, but it's not, may not be able to do it in a pizza oven, but I sure would love to come up with that. If I think that'd change the game for everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Judy, hello. I just found your channel a couple days ago. Recently pre-diabetic, hoping to reverse with your recipes. Judy, yes, absolutely. Keto diet has been great for reversing, and low carb diet. The best start is just cut out all the sugar, all the processed junk and the seed oils that cause the inflammation. And that's a great start. And so none of my recipes are going to have any of that stuff in it. And so hopefully that will help you. So luckily I hadn't gotten all the way to diabetes yet. So that's good. Donna Decker says pie crust. Yes. Donna, I have thought about that because I did a pie crust recipe around this time last year, or a little bit after, where I did a pecan pie, or pecan, or pecan, however y'all want to say it. But I did a crust that I made with almond flour out of that, and I want to redo that one with the new flour that I have, and so I think it'll be pretty easy. I already got the idea for it. It's just a matter of making it and maybe tweaking a couple things. So there's another ravioli. Debbie, I am so glad you're back. It's good to see you. Been thinking about you and praying for you, and I hope everything is better for you now. I know it's a hard time. I am a lazy cook. I live alone, so I like the easy recipes. Me too. I don't like anything that has 86 steps or 86 ingredients either. So that's why I try my best to make them all, tasty but easy at the same time, quick. Uh, but that's the good thing. If you use good ingredients and good, not even good technique, because I ain't a great cook, but I think I am pretty good at putting stuff together like that for recipes and trying to, tweaking the recipes and stuff. Um, but my knife skills, I mean, you get a pro chef and me, and it'd be ugly. That's why I like that little chopper thing that I use all the time, because my knife skills and all those chef skills ain't there. But I have a good time doing it. Love all the pork rind recipes. So thank you for whatever you come up with. Good. Unfortunately, diet has never helped me with my psoriasis. Tried everything I've had since I was 21. I'm 68 now. Let's see. Lynn says, any interesting or funny camping stories you'd like to share? Well, so we get into camp on Thursday. Well, the temperature has dropped. Now we got a travel trailer, and I mean the temperature just kept dropping. Well, we woke up in the middle of the night, and I mean the wind was whipping. It was bad. Well, the next morning we see that there are two tent campers set up a few sites down from us, and there wasn't anybody in the tents. They were all sleeping in the car, so they could have saved themselves the time of setup and everything, and just done that instead. But hey, when you're on the lake and the wind is, 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts and stuff, I don't think it'd be much fun to be in a tent. I've done it before, and we always tried to set up where you could break the wind and put up a tarp or whatever if you wanted to. They were wide open. So everything other, I mean, I hated to see them out there like that, but that's about the only, we didn't have really, it was a pretty quiet trip, pretty relaxing, and it was a lot of fun. So nothing really out of the ordinary on this one. Now there have been some in the past. So I made the pork rind bread, and I like to blend the bejesus out of my rinds before I use them for things, but it made my loaf really dense. I think I shouldn't have crushed them up so fine. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I would say I do a pretty fine crush, but not, I mean, you can still see little chunks in it. But I don't crush them up like super powdery. And I think if you buy, I haven't bought that pork panko in the jar in a long time, but I think they crush it up pretty small, if I remember right, like almost powdery. And I think I have seen a couple of people having problems getting them out of the can like that, because I just put them in the Ninja and kind of let them go, and so they do have some texture to them still. But I would say it would make it a little more dense, but I just wonder, did it seem to rise a good bit in the oven when you were baking it? Because it should rise a good bit, and that should help the density on it. So if it didn't, there might be a different problem. Someone had a problem with it, and their baking powder was expired that they used. So, that's another thing that you don't really check. You just find it, it's been up in the cabinet for who knows how long. You pull it out and use it, and something doesn't rise, and that may not have been the problem at all. But check the expiration on those two. I've had had that happen before too. So let's see. So that may be it. Forgot I need to make your pecan pie. Pecan. Or pecan in Indiana. Pecan. Yeah. Yeah, definitely try that out. I had one that I had frozen earlier in the year that I just got into the other day. So I've been eating on that too. We get so many pecans down here, it is ridiculous. So I mean they're overflowing. I've got a big pecan tree in the back too. I'm just too lazy to crack them and everything. So I usually take them to somebody and they do it. Good evening, Joe. Good, Debbie. I'm glad you're doing better. Satin, what is a normal breakfast for you? I normally do not have breakfast. I usually don't eat till about 2 or 3 o'clock. If then, a lot of times I'll only do one meal. But today I actually did have a lunch. I worked this morning and got done with my job, came home, and my wife was making a quiche. And so, I mean, it was good too. We're gonna do that video too at some point. A crustless quiche, or a one with a crust with my almond flour crust, or the new almond flour, or my new keto flour pie crust too. I'm gonna try that once I get that done. I might make a quiche with that too. But that was really good. So we actually had that today, but it was around 2 o'clock. Now, Lynn, tonight, this is a Colombian and a medium roast mixed together with a little bit of cream and some sweet drops. So normally in the mornings, I'll have some black coffee if I have it in the mornings. But at night, because I've already eaten, I'll jazz it up a little bit. Exactly what I use is the Ninja, yes. 27 mile. Let's see. That ain't nothing. It's 27 miles an hour in my backyard right now. Very normal for the high desert. Ooh. Yeah, these tent campers were not prepared for 25 mile an hour winds. I can tell you that. There was no I mean, they didn't have any guidelines. They had nothing. They just had the tent set up, staked it down, and that was it. And they needed a lot more than that. That's why they ended up sleeping in their car. So it did rise a bit, but not like I thought. I'll blend less next time, report back. Okay, you did buy brand new baking powder. All right. And psyllium husk. Did you get the psyllium husk powder? Did you powder it? Or tell me about that too. Send me some of those excess pecans. Nuts are expensive. Yeah, they are. But luckily, I got that tree, but I must be hungry. How about can't make extra waffles? Yeah. I want to try to make as many things as I can with that flour. One thing I want to do is like a roux style thing, either like a gumbo or something where I'd use it like a roux. So I'm up for ideas on that too, whatever y'all would like to see. Let's see. What's your opinion on skinny syrups? All right, I have seen them before. I have not bought them, so I'm just going to look it up real quick and I can tell you. So the skinny mixes, 0 sugar. There was some reason I didn't buy them, so let me just see what that was. Sugar-free unicorn syrup. That'd go good with some of those bread recipes. And mermaid. I mean, you got mermaids and unicorns. You can make some good bread. I don't know what you'd use from the mermaid. Some mermaid tail scales, maybe. You probably jar those up and throw that in for a good bread. Salted caramel syrup. There we go. So I'm assuming you're talking about for coffee. Let's see. All right. Sorry, give me just a minute here. Ingredients and nutritional facts. All right, here we go. Water, salt, sucralose, cellulose gum, natural flavor, caramel color, lactic acid, acesulfame potassium. So it's got ACE K in it. That's probably why I did not buy it. Sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate. So sucralose in small amounts does not bother me. Now, in larger amounts, it has been shown to kind of mess with your gut bacteria. I'm not, I mean, I have energy drinks and stuff during the week that has sucralose in it. They don't bother me. It's not something I do an excess amount of, and I don't use it as a sweetener myself. But the thing I don't like is the ACE K, the acesulfame potassium. Um, it just seems like whenever I eat anything with that in it, it just kind of, I get this like tingly, like jittery kind of feeling um, that I don't really like. And it's a sweetener, so it shouldn't give me like that, like a caffeine kind of thing. But it's just a weird thing. Same thing with aspartame. I don't do aspartame either. And my mom was the same way. My grandmother was the same way with aspartame. So we all have like an allergy to it, and ACE K does me the same way. So that's why I haven't bought it. If that doesn't bother you, if you don't get that kind of reaction from it, um, I don't think the ingredients are that bad. I mean, they're not they're not the cleanest in the world, with the sucralose and cellulose. Um, but yeah, if it's something that helps you kind of stay on track, I don't. And like I said, if the ACE K doesn't bother you, then I would say go for it in small amounts. Just like anything else, you don't want to do a whole lot of it. Just in moderation. But it looks like they got all kind of good flavors. Salted dark chocolate espresso. That sounds like me right there. Um, but like I said, I just can't do it because of the ACE K. So that's why I didn't buy it before. Because I just don't buy anything with that. And I always have to look through the ingredients on anything with any kind of artificial sweeteners, the zero sugar stuff. So that's the reason I didn't buy it. But yeah, I would say that'd be fine if none of that bothers you. Let's see. Everybody take a second and hit that like button. Please hit that like button for me. Um, I wanted to go through something real quick while I'm thinking about it here. I want to show you. They send us a weekly recap of your YouTube channel. So YouTube sends it to us that make videos. And they kind of go over your last week. So in the last week, and this came out October 7th through the 13th. So it's actually older than that, but 38.6 thousand different people tuned into you. But what's so cool is you guys, I mean, this is crazy. The likes on the videos, 4,806 likes, 1,144 shares, and 296 comments. I so appreciate y'all sharing my videos and liking the videos. I mean, I used to say that in the videos, but I could tell as soon as I started that track, people would like cut the video off and not even watch it. So I kind of cut that out. But listen, I really do appreciate all y'all do, sharing the videos and liking them and everything. And I mean, that's just amazing to me still. So it amazes me every single week when I see how y'all help me out so much. And I really appreciate it. I have whole psyllium husk and powdered it in a coffee grinder. Okay, so you should be good on that then. So yeah, it could have been the pork rinds, or the other thing too, Dana, is you don't want to really press it down in there very much. You kind of want to just plop it in and just kind of smooth the top out, and that helps kind of get some separation in there because there's no gluten in it. So I'm trying to mimic gluten using some of the ingredients, which is what makes it kind of puff up and get the bubbles in it and the little holes and the separation and fluffiness. And so kind of trying to mimic that is tough. But one thing that does help is just kind of plopping the batter in and just smoothing out the top so it'll kind of evenly rise on top and make that bread look. and the rest of it kind of expands in there while it's cooking. That's the reason you get a real good rise out of it, because you got that air space in there for everything to kind of expand out. You know what? I really want a big soft pretzel to dip in the queso. Now, that's a great idea. That would be a little bit of a learning curve for me because I have never made homemade pretzels. Uh, it kind of always freaked me out because they use lye to make pretzels. So I was like always kind of freaked out by that because um, you also use it to make soap, and it is you pour some lye into water and you got a big boiling mess. Um, and so anyway, lye just scared me a little bit, but I've never tried to do that. So, but a pretzel would be good. So, like I said, if y'all missed this earlier, put down in the comments what kind of things you want me to make with this new keto flour. And I want to take all these comments and kind of compile them, see if I got multiple votes for some, and then I want to put out a poll on YouTube to try to figure out what to make next with that flour. So whatever y'all want to see, leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna put all that together, and we'll do a little poll on the YouTube probably tomorrow. I'll probably leave it out there for a couple of days so you can go in and vote if you see this later on what you want to see first and second and all that good stuff. No new video following the live tonight. Nope, Lynn, I did not have time this week. We were camping. We went for 5 days, which is rare for us. And so coming out of the hurricane, I don't know why we wanted to go camping, because we were pretty much camping here for like 6-7 days, but just ain't as much fun when you're not on the lake and when you don't want to be out there with as much or as little as you want. So that made a difference on that. But so I'm gonna try next week to get a Thursday video premiere out too. So I like doing that. I don't like the skinny syrups. Now, is that because of the ingredients or because you don't like the taste of them? Because I wouldn't know. But keto and exercising since May 2023, lost 140 pounds. No more insulin shots after 20 years. No issues with thrombocytopenia, lymphedema, or colitis. I still have stage 4 liver failure and Parkinson's. Feeling great. Well, Wendy, that is an amazing job. 140 pounds, no more insulin. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And I hope you get to feeling better. And I think food makes all the difference in how you feel mentally and physically. So let's see, is it bad for you? Oh, the skinny syrups. Satin, I would say, when anybody asks, is it bad for you? I mean, that's a tough question because everybody's a little different. It's for me, it's bad because I don't like to feel the way that Ace K makes me feel. But now for other people, I would do, and that's another thing. I haven't done as much research into the Ace K and things like that. I just kind of lump all that as, chemical sweeteners, and I just don't use them. So anyway, I would say it would be a whole lot better for you than sugar. So if that's what you need to do to maybe, get you through and maybe get a little bit cleaner after that, then I would say go for it. Anything that gets you away from the standard American diet, in my opinion, is a step in the right direction. So I don't like to judge anybody for what they do as far as that goes, but I need to just do more research. It does spike a lot of people's blood sugars. The chemical sweeteners tend to do that, where the erythritol and the stevia and the allulose doesn't affect me. So, but it does. Lynn's, I love the skinny syrups, but they spike my blood sugar for whatever reason. So there you go. So that could, and that may have the same effect on a lot of people, and I have a feeling it probably does. So Laura says, way to go, Wendy. Wendy's doing amazing. That is awesome. Hey, Juliana. you have not missed much. You missed a lot of questions, and I think you probably heard what I said just a minute ago about putting the comments down of what you want me to make with that flour. So you missed a lot of good people commenting, so just scroll back up and read through all the comments and stuff. And I'm just rambling, so you know how I do. But but we got some awesome people in here. A lot of you I recognize, some of you I don't. So for everybody that's making it in here for the first time, I appreciate you being here. So I'm a blabbermouth. Half those comments are probably me saying nothing really, but that's great. You're popular. No, Lynn, you're always here and always good comments. So I wouldn't say that at all. What would you advise for when you weigh one day at 223 and 3 days later you weigh in at 235 and 4 days later you weigh in at 225 and the eating habits have not changed? Asking for a friend. I would say stay off the scale because you can fluctuate. Men tend to fluctuate more, but from day to day, just based on, it could be anything. It could be you may have something that caused you to retain water one day and you get rid of, I'm the same way. I'll fluctuate. But I would not step on the scale, but once a week, if then. I always like to tell people just go by how your clothes are fitting. If you're, if you're trying to lose weight, then, go by how your clothes are fitting. If you're not trying to lose weight, just go by the way you feel. And scale is just a number. Because I felt fine at, let's see what I ended up getting up to. 260, 265, and I felt good. But my blood pressure wasn't good. And once I started losing, I found out that what I thought was feeling good wasn't feeling good because a lot of stuff started clearing up that I didn't even realize that I had. And I thought I felt fine other than some, cracking and popping going on the stairs in the morning, which I thought was normal. But I think you got to get used to it. But that's my advice to anybody is no more than once a week weigh in because even if you're on the downward slope could be trying to get my fingers right there. Oops, that way. The downward slope could be like this. You're still going down, but it's going to be kind of like a jagged thing. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. As long as you're progressing in the right direction, if your goal is to lose weight, then you're doing good. But once a week would definitely help. Yeah, Janine, check that out. Lie. Use it in. I think it's what makes that shiny coating on the outside of the pretzels, if I remember correctly. Like I said, I never made pretzels, but I kind of know what goes into it. But maybe I have to try a lye-free pretzel. Maybe I'll use something different on the outside of it. Keto was a difficult lifestyle change at first, but seeing the health improvements makes keto worth it. May not be for everyone, but it worked for me. Yes, Wendy, great job. Soft pretzel. I don't think there's a lie in that. All right, cool. Yeah, that'll be a whole different thing for me making pretzels. Let's see. Chinese pot stickers can seem to manage thin wrappers without flour or gluten. No idea who you are. Let's see. I did not like the taste. So you're talking about that skinny syrup. So pizza crust, pretzels, biscuits, tortillas, pasta, breakfast cereal. Holidays are coming. I would love to see some Thanksgiving type recipes. So yeah, so we got the gravy. The one that somebody up here was talking about was similar to somebody else's gravy. So I did that recipe last year. I did, let's see, green bean casserole. I did, what else was it? I've got a bunch of them. I need to make a playlist out of all those. And I was planning on doing a video. Hopefully I still got time for it before Thanksgiving. But I really want to put all those together like in one video and try to put that out there. And somebody had suggested the other day a sweet potato casserole, so I'd like to do that too. Let's see. New subscriber, love your content. Well, I appreciate you being here. Soft pretzel is what I was talking about. Most keto recipes seem to avoid gluten, but I add vital wheat gluten to my baking whenever I can to help with the texture. Not gluten sensitive. All right. Yeah, and I just the vital wheat gluten. Somebody asked me that same question the other day, and I don't. It's like anything else. As long as you're not allergic to that, it seems to work good. But it's one of those things that, like, you may have a gluten allergy and not even know about it, a wheat allergy and not know about it. So I just I try to use things other than those, but I know a lot of people do use it and are successful with it. And like I say, with anything else, I would just check your blood sugars and just make sure 1 hour after you eat and 2 hours after you eat, and just make sure that nothing crazy is going on with that. As long as you're good with it, then I would say go for it. Hey, Xtina, how are you? Scale is not rooting for you anyways. That's right. CNC, because you got to use basically the same ingredients to make the same thing. You can do so many things that aren't a different variation. Yeah, I think I had a troll in there, Donna. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's only so many ingredients. Well, there's only so many ingredients, period. And the other gravy, somebody said, well, because I was reading through the comments in that video, I was like, well, that other gravy seems like Chris Crook in Nashville's mashed potato recipe and just added broth into it. I mean, there's only so many things you can do with so many ingredients. So there's bound to be some overlap somewhere. I mean, if you're making gravy, there's only so many things you can use. So there's only so many thickeners. I mean, I guess I could use arrowroot instead of xanthan gum, but I mean, I don't really care. Let's see here. I just don't get on the scale anymore. I see it in the way my clothes fit and tend to lose weight in my face. And that's, I mean, Jana, that's what I tell everybody is, I mean, just go by the way you feel, the way the clothes fit, and whatever it is. Hang on. Sorry, I just had an email come through that I've been waiting on. So hang on just a second here. All right, awesome. Let's see. So yeah, and yeah, like I said, if your clothes are fitting better, losing weight in your face, that's a big thing. So is there something keto that is similar to hot oatmeal or cream of wheat or grits? You can do hemp hearts. Hemp hearts work pretty well for that. I have seen, I'm trying to think what else people would use. Somebody posted in my Facebook group the other day an oatmeal recipe, and I can't remember what they had used in it. But it was like keto oatmeal or something. It was kind of an odd ingredient that I had not ever thought about. So, but I would say the hemp hearts are probably going to be the closest that you'll get to the oatmeal. And then I've got a grits video that I did that you can go in and I think it was about maybe February, March, somewhere around there. I did that video. So I thought it was a pretty good grits recipe. So you check that one out. It was a shrimp and grits is what I did with that one. What would you use to make crab rangoon? That is a good question. That may be something. If I could get a dough, kind of like a ravioli, um, with that flour, but that's something I have not tested yet. So, question: what do you do if you need to limit the salt? I'm about to be diagnosed with high blood pressure. I already eat good. I'm active, and only a little extra weight. I feel great. Also, now are you doing full keto, or are you doing low carb? What are you doing? Because that's how I reverse my high blood pressure. Um, and so, I mean, it was just the matter. And I probably eat more salt now than I did then. So let me know about that, and maybe I can help you with that. Thank you. I was at 305, so I lost. That's a lot. Hey, that's a great job. So from 305 to 223 to 235, yeah, yep, that is an awesome job. Doctor says cut out stress, but told me I had high blood pressure and I wasn't stressed. Is that lye like in the old time lye soap? Yes, it's the same. They use that now. It's not anywhere near the strength or the amount, I should say. But yes, the same stuff. You need mods. They're just trolls trying to start crap. Yeah, I do need somebody to moderate this stuff. I try to go through and, I don't find very many people often, and you don't usually get stuff like that. So, um, if people go in the comments on the videos and say stuff, I always come right back at them, and they always seem to disappear. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lose any sleep over it, but I'd rather a troll come in as like a vegan and be like, "Why are you eating meat?" I mean, that, maybe you can learn something, but you're right. Somebody's just trying to start trouble, which, inspiration recipes. I'm a number of geeks to take daily measurements and let that measurement error and daily fluctuations wash out for a weekly average. So, Lori, do you find this kind of up and down like what he's talking about there? Let's see. Debbie. Sweet potato casserole. Yeah, I got some good ideas on that. So, let's see. Marianne, when I have searched recipes before, there are many variations and similarities. However, Victor's are by far better tasting. Keyword is similar in those questions. Like you said, lots of keto recipes, ideas from other websites use the same keto type ingredients. I can type in keto chocolate chip cookies, have 10 different podcasts using the exact ingredients. Yep. Like I say, there's it's just, I mean, it's like cooking anything. There's ratios. So like you're going to have, 4 parts almond flour, 1 part coconut flour. There's no way, there's no way to get around that to get that texture. It's just one of those rules. It's just chemistry. I mean, if you have too much psyllium husk in there, it's going to be like jelly. There's certain ratios you got to use, and it's just trying to come up with different variations, and just try to come up with good recipes. So I appreciate you saying that mine tastes better. But yeah, there definitely could be. Great job, Wendy. What a great accomplishment. God bless you. Wendy is doing great. So yeah, y'all definitely let her know. Yeah, I know. I know, and I've only got 4 weeks till Thanksgiving, so I need to get on the ball. But we're busy this time of year, but we're not taking any more camping trips till after the first of the year. So we'll make sure and get as many videos out as I can. I wanted to respond. Well, I went ahead and booted Revel Ratchet, whatever that is. I just booted her, so or him or whoever they are. It's probably a fake account. Chia seeds. Oh yeah, thank you, Debbie. Chia seeds to replace oatmeal. Now I haven't tried that, but I bet that would work well because of the way it puffs up in the water and everything. Low Carb Love has a yummy hemp heart and oatmeal recipe. Yeah, hemp hearts work good for that, for the oatmeal or the note meal. I like that name. Hemp, chia, and flax meal. That's how I make my oat meal. So y'all are on this oatmeal thing. Maybe I need to work on that a little bit. Holding my tongue with the troll, I'll be nice. Well, I just booted them because I mean I don't need all that. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. If you want to hate, go hate on somebody else. You ain't gonna do it here. So because next thing they don't go after me, they go after you, and I ain't having that. So flax, hemp hearts, and chia seeds ground with the flax. Leave hemp normal. So I'll make food. Oh, I just read that. I thought I was reading the next comment. I weigh myself all the time now in maintenance. If my weight creeps up a pound, I do a 0 carb day. I can't really go by my clothes because I mostly wear big Smith overalls. Well, there you go. So that's always going to fit, right? You cannot, you can't, oh, I thought you said, you can use almond slices and flax seeds to make oatmeal. Some fine coconut. Man, I need to start working on some oatmeal then. It's about that time of year. Let's see. Everyday ups and downs, definitely 5 pound swings, but not in the weekly averages. So yeah, 5 pounds. I think that's pretty good. Sometimes mine's fluctuate 8-10 pounds. So not so much anymore. It's kind of almost constant now, but that did happen a lot for a while. Oh yeah, Sherry, I knew that. So Sherry, how many grams of carbs do you do a day? You may need to track that. Same ingredients, but they don't have a yellow bowl. Yes, that's right. Ain't nobody got a yellow bowl. We'll make the no-bake pumpkin cheesecake and use pecan flour for the crust. That will work well. Let's see. Yep, proud of Wendy. Hope Keto has helped. A friend of ours recently diagnosed with fatty liver and cirrhosis and looking for something to help him feel better at least. Fatty liver is definitely reversible. If it's non-alcoholic fatty liver, is definitely reversible through keto. Cirrhosis is a level past that. But from my herbalism background, I would definitely recommend milk thistle. Probably a couple thousand milligrams a day of milk thistle to just help support the liver. Hopefully it's not too late of cirrhosis, but I would definitely recommend trying that just as a support. It's a great herb for liver support. Chia pudding is so good, I make it just like overnight oats. Well, I'm going to have to try that. Hey, Julie, welcome. Are you going to make a video on your high blood pressure journey? Yes. I did a keto in the car one day of it's called Why Did I Start Keto? I think is the name of it. And let's see. Yep, that's it. Why did I start keto? Yes, I do want to do that one day. I've just been focusing on these recipes and stuff lately. But I do need to do that at some point. I'd like to make a better one than that one, and kind of go through and have pictures and stuff like before and after type stuff. And, because the side effect of that with losing all or dropping the blood pressures, I lost a ton of weight. And so I know a lot of people are interested in weight loss, not necessarily healing things like that, but it made a big difference in a lot of areas. So I do want to do that one day. Yes. Um, maybe try clean potassium chloride in combination with sodium chloride. Yeah, and I was going to ask about your magnesium and um, if you're taking any magnesium or potassium, electrolytes, anything like that too, because that can make a big difference too. Chia seeds, almond milk, keto yogurt, strawberries, banana extract, cinnamon. So chia seeds um, seem to be a good replacement. Um, so if I do come out with one, my recipe might be similar to yours. It probably have some chia seeds in it. It might have some flax seeds in it. Might have some almond milk in it. But I think that might be a good thing to try. Just try to mess around with that. So Stacy, I love your channel. Definitely appreciate your hard work. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, Lynn, me and you both. I've been wanting to make. I won't make a keto oatmeal, but I think I wanted to try that for sure. I used to eat it every morning all winter. Pretty good stuff. Just add whatever you want. I saw a pecan pie crust at Walmart the other day, but didn't take time to look and see if all the ingredients are clean. Yeah, if you're talking about the, oh man, what's the brand of the nuts? They have a almond or a pecan crust, and they have, I forgot what other kind of crust they have. It might just be a regular graham cracker crust, but it's the company that makes almonds, I believe. Might have been an almond pie crust too. Um, but I don't think they are. Check it out. I think the carbs are a little high for me. It's non-alcoholic. He's diabetic too, so yeah, he could definitely benefit Debbie with keto. My keto oatmeal is just equal parts roughly ground almonds and unsweetened coconut. I use this for oatmeal cookies, baked oatmeal. I have all the other ingredients folks are mentioning here too. Sounds like a good mix too, or a mix of all of those. So probably mix it up and just take it out, kind of like that flour. Just take it out a serving at a time. 30 to 50 a day, I lose weight still. Okay. So tell me about your electrolytes. Ground flaxseed is also great on salad. I also make instant chicken with veggies. I don't eat potatoes. He does. Ground flaxseed sprinkled in makes it more filling. Yeah, ground flaxseed is good. My brother has fatty liver, but he won't listen to me about keto, even though he sees what it does for me, or what it did for me. Yep. Yeah, fatty liver. I mean, that can definitely benefit from keto. I remember a long time ago watching a video from Dr. Berry about that. And so, you know, if your brother's open to listen to a doctor because he's an MD, he ain't necessarily gonna listen to me, even though I try to study up on all this stuff. But he had a great video about fatty liver. And Berg does too. Now Berg is a chiropractor, but he talks a lot about fatty liver too. So I learned a lot from both of those guys. And mine is not a fatty liver. Hey, 2019 said I had 6 months to live. It's now 2024. So still here, liver failure, but feeling great with keto and exercising. Great, Wendy. That is awesome. Instant Pot. Is that saying you don't like the Instant Pot, or you want some Instant Pot recipes? Let's see. Wendy is doing great. Other than what comes with my vitamins, I have not done the drinks. Money is tight, so not been able to afford them. All right. So a lot of times if your blood pressure is high, you may not be getting enough potassium and magnesium. So have they done a test for that, or they just want to stick you on blood pressure medicine because, if you're low in potassium, low in magnesium, that can affect your sodium levels, and it can affect your blood pressure, and it can help, and you can retain a little water too, which can raise your blood pressure. So I just wonder if they've done those tests on you to see if your potassium, magnesium levels, how those are. Praying for you, Wendy. Hope for your doctors are wrong. Absolutely. Sounds like they've been wrong so far, so they're going to continue to be wrong. For your flour, beer batter for a fish, chicken, and chips. Of course, no chips. It's a tempura type batter. Finally got the bread in the oven. Wish me luck. I don't think my cream cheese was warm enough. I have nice little white dots in it. I don't care. I like my cream cheese. Yeah, that's not going to affect the taste if you got that. One thing that you make these videos and make these recipes, and then after the fact, you're messing around with it. And so one tip for the bread for the cream cheese is microwave it. Throw it in the microwave. And I did it until it was pretty hot, and it wasn't quite liquidy, but it was hot. It was steaming, and I stirred that up. And then when I blended it, and I just did this the other day, and so I've made, I don't know how many loaves of this bread between when I came out with the video and now, but it's the first time I've tried it because I didn't leave it sitting out long enough. I usually leave the cream cheese sitting out about an hour, and I didn't. So I'm like, well, I'll just throw it in the microwave real quick, and I actually overdid it. But it worked out perfect, and there's zero white dots in it, and you'll see on that Saturday video how it ended up looking. And so that is one tip. Just microwave that first, then add all the other stuff in, and you get no white dots. But I've made plenty of them with white dots in it, and they still taste good. So it still turned out good. Julie, I believe my heart skinny syrup is bad, but I don't want to stop using it. I think pizza dough. Still waiting for the Miracle Whip. Yes. Oh, I still got to do that Miracle Whip. I keep coming up with other stuff, and now that I got this flour, I need to remember that, Julie, because you've been asking for that for a long time. So, and I've been wanting to do like a Hellman's and a Miracle Whip video. I just need to do it. Oh yeah, Carrie. Then you have to clean off the flax seeds. Yep, that's right. If you grind them, yep, just clean them out. I always check the ingredients before I buy it. Just thought I would ask if I saw it or not. Yeah, I had seen it because I was like, oh man, if that's a good one, then I'll get it. And sometimes if I don't feel like making it, if I want to throw something together real quick, I definitely use a pre-made ingredient if the ingredients are good. But yeah, I looked at it, it just had too many carbs for me, I believe. I think that was the case, but just double check me on that. Store-bought pie shells with pecans still have flour and high carbs. That's what I was thinking, Joe. The psoriasis meds. So psoriasis meds makes you show up as a false fatty liver. Liver went back to normal. Now I have the blood pressure issue. Yeah, Sherry, I would definitely, if you have not had that magnesium potassium tested, check it out, because there's something going on, and it's not the sodium. If you're on that few amount of carbs, there's something else going on. So yeah, potassium chloride salt substitutes available on Amazon. Yeah, that's what I use in that electrolyte video, and so that's what I use for the source of potassium, and it's new salt. So it's in my Amazon store down there too. I know you could mix the two salts, and then you'll make sure you get that potassium in too. Chia seeds are high in fiber, can help with weight loss, heart health, and cholesterol levels. Fiber slows digestion, which can help you feel full longer and eat less. You can subtract fiber from carb count. Yes. I'm with you on that, Wendy. A lot of people like to do total carbs. I'm more net carb, as long as it's non-digestible fibers. And I explain this on my video for Saturday, which I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. But there's also a couple types of maltodextrin. So maltodextrin in its regular form, in the form that you're probably the most familiar with, is a starch. And so that's what they use in Splenda. That's why I don't use Splenda. I don't recommend Splenda. Splenda and Splenda Magic Bakers are two different things. So the regular Splenda in the yellow, I think it's yellow, is sucralose and maltodextrin. And that's the starch version of it. So that is absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream. It affects your blood sugar more than regular sugar does, even more than honey does. So that is the type of maltodextrin you don't want to use. There's also a non-digestible fiber form of maltodextrin where they remove the starch. It's all made with corn, just like the corn fiber. So, for example, like your Choc Zero jams and jellies, first ingredient is corn fiber. Corn fiber is non-digestible maltodextrin. So what they do to get that form of maltodextrin is they take all the starch out of it, leaving just the fiber, and the fiber is non-digestible, so it'll go through your system. So it's any of the powdered maltodextrins that you see is the starch version. If you see it as an ingredient in some different things like that jelly, and you look at the fiber content, you see the fiber content so high, that's that form of maltodextrin. They have to list it as maltodextrin. They don't specify whether it's the starch kind or whether it's the fiber kind. So that's where you have to do your own research into these products. So just because something says maltodextrin doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to act the same way in your body as like the Splenda, for example. So I explained a little bit about that in that video for Saturday. Let's see. Electrolyte mix is not my budget. I make a mix of 1/4 teaspoon each, no salt, pink salt, and magnesium malate. Yep. And that's about what I do, Janine. I do it about a teaspoon a day of all of them. I usually just in the morning, I'll throw a teaspoon of each in, and my stir or my my Aldi brand lemon flavoring, a little bit of fresh lemon juice if I got it, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and that's what I sip on for the day. Let's see. Hello, Delilah. Welcome. Pie crust not clean, bad oils and things people can't pronounce. Yep. I made a cinnamon raisin flax bread, so good and moist with just a few finely chopped raisins, just a taste. Chopped pecans too. Thank you, Juliana. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I knew there was a few things. It took me about 6 months to fix fatty liver 7 years ago. Great, Joe. It is definitely reversible with low carb eating. So I can't afford to do any of the recipes. Hang on, which one are you talking about? Curious, some of them can be expensive. I try to make them as inexpensive as possible using just regular ingredients. Sometimes I like a psyllium husk or stuff like that. But if you buy it one time, then it lasts for a really long time. So it's definitely, to me, and I understand affordability, but to me, it's like you can pay the doctors and you can pay for prescriptions every month, or pay for good food that's going to help you and heal you. And that's what I try to go by, because I don't like doctors. I don't like taking medicine, and I don't want any part of it. And insurance don't pay for anything. So I also learned that the Vitamix doesn't shorten the process for grinding the pork rinds. I filled it and it was a mess. Next time I'll use the magic bullet. I do need me a Vitamix though, but maybe it's not the best for pork rinds. Let's see. I have the sandwich pork rind that says original, but ingredients say smoked flavor. Hope my bread doesn't get ruined. Nope. I actually have used that a couple times. I didn't do it in the video. I got the regular ones because to that point I had not used anything but those. And so I used them the other day because that's what I had, and they came out fine. So I had to make it quick, and I have been using I've been using those pork pellets to make it, but I didn't have time. I didn't have time to pop them all for that at that time and still be able to get a video out. So I used the Sam's ones, threw them in there, round through, and it tasted fine. And it's a sweet thing too. So, and it tasted fine with that. So no, it's not going to ruin it. There's not enough smoke flavor in there for me to even really taste, really just eating them plain. So I don't even know why they say that on there, because they definitely don't taste smoky to me. Are these, let's see, are those seeds bad for diverticulitis, chia, flax, etc.? Do you currently have diverticulitis, and have you been on keto or low carb for any length of time? It's actually something I might have to research that one, because I know some things will stir up diverticulitis, but I don't think, as far as I remember, I'm pretty sure chia doesn't. I'm gonna have to look up flax though. So I may have to get back to you on that, but I'll check it out in just a second. I use cream of tartar for my potassium when I run out of electrolytes. That'll work. Chia seeds high in oxalates. Let me just check that out real quick. So let's see. Yeah, chia seeds are high in oxalates. So if you so oxalates, if you're worried about oxalates, they dissolve in water. So if you ever take any of this stuff and boil it, even if it is higher in oxalates, if you boil it and then toss the water, that dissolves, the oxalates dissolve in water, and so you can just rinse them, afterwards, boil them, and you won't have to worry about that. But I'll have to, truth matters, I'll try to do a little research on that and see what I can come up with on that. Just send me a message on, either send me a message or email, and I'll make sure and get back to you on that. So that's a little more research that I need to do on that. Let's see. I've used a smoked pork rinds from Aldi before. I didn't think that brand tasted weird. Didn't taste smoky. Yeah, I think a lot of those smoke flavors, Lynn, I mean, I don't get the smoke in them. They put that in there. I don't know if that's just for extra salt, or I don't know. I haven't really tasted any of them. I'd like to sometimes, but I don't. Let's see. I think I've read that chia seeds can cause issues if you have diverticulitis. So what do you suggest using? I'm severe diabetic, can't even drink Diet Cokes. Wreaks havoc on my intestines. Yeah, the chemical sweeteners, Kathy. What do I suggest using for what? Like a sweetener, drinks. What do you want to know? I laughed when I got all my ingredients in for Amazon for the Magic Baker's dupe. I've got 15 pounds of sweeteners sitting here. Keep the desserts coming. You know I will. I love some desserts. Regarding electrolytes, Element has their recipe on their website. It's cheaper. Their YouTube videos on how to make your own. Yep. I've got a video on it too, and I plan on doing a new one soon, because I'm going to tweak it just a little bit. If you have a Sam's Club near you, they have a giant tub of lemon collagen peptides on clearance for $25. That is a good deal. Hello, Dr. Berg. I also watched Mindy Pels and Dr. Berry. If you haven't heard of them, they're amazing. Yes. I've not heard of Dr. Mindy Pels, I don't believe, but Dr. Berry and Dr. Berg are pretty much who I trust with my um, research, and I always try to watch them to try to learn something from those two. I love both of them. I reversed the early cirrhosis and reversed some of that non-alcoholic fatty liver with keto. The last imaging report cited no indication of the previous scarring. That is awesome, Lori. Congratulations. Yeah, if you get the cirrhosis later on, it's that's tough. So I'm glad you got that taken care of. Let's see. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. Tiny little seeds. I want to thank you for the Philly cheesesteak flip. Never tried steakums before. They were amazing. Thank you. Well, Michael, yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one of our go-tos. Those little foldovers. My wife started making those and like putting just all kind of stuff in them, and so I've done a lot of different things on what she likes to put in those, and um, so we'll have more coming too, because they're just super easy, and that's one of the products. I always say, make sure you read your labels and everything like that, and those little keto tortillas, I just love them because you can make such easy stuff. It's got some of the fibers and stuff in them, and so we just love them. So that's one of our kind of go-tos, and get them at Aldi. And there's some other brands out there, but I never found any that cook up and kind of crisp up the way I brown them in the videos and stuff. We haven't found any that cook just like that. So it's kind of cool as a store brand, and it's really that good. I just went into my keto pantry. I would just add one or two products, and before I knew it, it turned my pantry over to a keto pantry. Yep. And that's what I will. That's another thing too, is don't necessarily, a lot of times you can't afford to just throw everything out that you had in your house. Um, but use one thing up and replace it with a better option. And then use one thing up, replace it with a better option. You don't have to. You can kind of slowly ease into it if you need to for budget standpoint. Don't let that stand in the way. Just start switching over slowly. It's always it's always best for some people just to jump right in, but some people it's not feasible for. So I say do whatever works for you, and just get rid of one thing, replace it with something better. And before long, yes, you got your regular pantry is turned over to a keto pantry. So good. So that means you should have a lot of stuff on hand that I'm going to talk about, because a lot of these things I use the same ingredients over and over and over. Just different ways to do it. And cottage cheese is something I just added this year because everybody was doing it. So I hadn't really done a lot with that. Kathy, let me see if you answered this question again. Hi, I'm Kathy. Please answer. That was the one. What do you suggest using? I'm severe diabetic, can't even drink Diet Cokes. So Kathy, are you asking for drink suggestions? Are you asking for sweetener suggestions? Kathy Funderburg, let me know. I do not have a Sam's Club membership, and the closest one is 45 minutes away. Now, yeah, if you don't have a Sam's membership, but I was going to say, if anybody does have a Sam's membership and you got the Plus membership, then you can, they'll ship anything to you for free. And that Plus membership is I think it's about $100 a year now, but as many things as we buy through them, for my wife's business and my business, and just ingredients and buying steaks to freeze and things like that. We save a ton. That saves us a ton of money. Plus, like I said, if they're out of anything, you can always order it online. And then we're out of toilet paper, and paper towels again a couple weeks ago after the hurricane here, and then it lasted about a week and they were fully stocked. So I'm sure people got toilet paper they'll be using for 25 more years now. So at least we don't have to worry about them buying it up again. Uh, let's see. I just took a look at the bread. 30 minutes in the oven. It has risen and looks so pretty, like real bread. I don't like fluffy bread. I miss hearty whole wheat bread. I can hardly wait. Awesome. Sounds like you are doing it right now. Um, so yeah, just make that end process real slow. Um, you can check the temperature, one time if you want to, or I really think that 200-degree tip was a good one. Whoever said that, because like I said, that's how I test it now. 200 degrees internal, and then turn the oven off, crack the door for 30 minutes, let it sit, and then put it on the counter for 10 minutes in the pan, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20. Just fill your pan. Like I've got the stoneware that I use, and so it holds heat for a long time. So I just kind of wait until it's cool enough, to grab and just barely warm, and then I'll take it out of the parchment paper, set it down. I'll leave it in the parchment paper for a few minutes. Then I'll take it out of that and put it on a rack and let it cool. And so just make sure you take that process, and the closer you stick to that, the more it's going to stay risen like that. It's not going to. I wish it would stay that way the whole time, but it is going to fall a little. But the slower you cool it, the more it stays like that. So, Dr. Berg had electrolytes too, and he's keto. Yes. Yeah, we actually keep some of Dr. Berg's electrolytes around to take with us on trips and things. So I don't have to haul my bag of magnesium, my potassium, my salt, my flavorings. The only thing we'll do is we'll keep, the Redmond salt in the camper, and you can just do a scoop of, the Berg's powder, and it's a raspberry lemonade is I think what we get, and so I always keep that and just add a little salt to it because it doesn't have enough salt or sodium. There's a soda out there called Zevia. It uses stevia as a sweetener. Yep. Anna, and I don't know if there's any Zevia fans out there, let me know. We just ordered the salted caramel, which was a limited edition, and that salted caramel is awesome. Now it doesn't really go good with any food, so we tried it at a couple meals. And Janine, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Janine just did a super chat, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And so that salted caramel is like a dessert. It does not go good with food, but it is incredible. And it's a limited edition. You can only order it on Amazon or through their website. Haven't really done research on chia seeds, but I thought I read something about flare-ups with chia seeds and diverticulitis. So yeah, I'm gonna check into that for you because I really don't know, and I should know that. So I'm gonna check on it and just to see. My high blood pressure is weird to me because I've been low carb keto since 2004. My dad and brother almost so passed a heart attack, so heart issues in my DNA. So Sherry, two things that I would say is definitely get that potassium and magnesium levels checked. And you also may want, now, the bad thing about this, a lot of the times insurance won't pay for it, but it's a CT, it's a cardio CT test, CAC test that checks the amount of calcium in your arteries. And a lot of times insurance won't pay for it, but that's a good way to know, exactly what's going on inside there. That's the only way to know, really. But I would definitely demand that they do the potassium and magnesium tests on you. And depending on how that looks, I might ask for that too, just to be sure. Yep. Yes, change those covers over a little bit at a time if that's what you need to do. I do need to check into it now. I've gone dirty keto. I brought it up only because people were talking about seeds. The old belief was that people with diverticulitis should stay away from seeds, but this was completely unproven. And see, that was my initial thought, Juliana, but I'm not positive about that, so I'm gonna look it up, and I'll try to get some studies together, because I think they have done studies about that are not BS studies put out by the pharmaceutical companies. I think there were actually some legit ones, but so I said I just got to do some research on that topic, and um, maybe I'll try to address that next week, first thing on the live, and so I have some concrete evidence. And I like digging through the studies too. That's why I like Dr. Berry so much, because he'll go through a study and be like, well, you know, all the people in this study on erythritol were, you know, uh, super diabetic and morbidly obese and blah blah, and that's the people they tested. So of course they're not gonna have good results. They wouldn't have had good results anyway. But yeah, he digs into them, and that's what I like to do too. Is get in there, find out who's paying for these studies, and exactly who they're doing the studies on, and if there's any vested interest in there. Let's see. Sam's is 110 with the plus membership. My club will deliver for free now. Good. Yeah, and Sherry, honestly, I mean, if you don't, I mean, we buy a lot of stuff there, and so it saves us a bunch of money. But there's other ways you can save money other than Sam's. There's a lot of good. I don't know if you've got a Ollie's near you, but they've got a lot of deals too. It's kind of hit or miss on what they get, but Aldi, then Walmart, and then some of the discount stores like that are good ways to save money too. Would love a pasta recipe. I need to work on the pasta. I'm not sure how because you really need a high gluten flour to make really good pasta. And so I'm thinking my initial thought is the flour will work, but we're going to add either some extra xanthan gum in there or something to make it a little stickier. But then there's the fine line of it being sticky and being slimy. So that's that's one of the things. G420 says, "Hey, buddy." And what's up, buddy? Truth Matters is very hearty, whole wheat like. You're going to love it. Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. Good thing you reminded me to let it sit in the oven for 30 minutes. I was excited to join the chat and forgot that part. Yeah, don't forget that. Let it cool as slow as you can. Dr. Berg has multiple flavor electrolyte packets now. I've tried a few and haven't tried one I didn't like. Yeah, that raspberry lemonade is really tasty. But that's cool to know that he's got some packets out too. The only problem with packets, usually, in my opinion, and like I say, I make my own electrolytes, but when we're traveling, it's too much to try to take all that stuff with you, keep up with it, where you can take the little small canister with you, and it just makes it super, super simple. And the electrolyte packets would make it even more, or even simpler. But a lot of times that comes with a lot higher cost too. To control my high blood pressure, I now make nearly all my own condiments. Yep. And sodium chloride is not sneaking in. Yeah, that's why I always recommend that Redmond's real salt when you salt your food, or the pink Himalayan. And so, yeah, sodium chloride. Because you'll have all the minerals and everything that haven't been stripped out of it in there too. I don't get it. These drinks are salt. We're not supposed to have salt. Sherry, message me on Facebook when you get a chance. I got a good video for you to watch. One of the doctors was talking about that, and I think that you'll get something good out of that. I'll send you that link. Thanks for telling us about the salt. I'll add more. Yep. And it's I think 1,000 to 1,100 milligrams is probably a good amount. which is what Element has 1,000. And I think Salty is the other one. I can't remember what they have. I think they have slightly less than theirs, but I think 1,000 in my research is a good amount. But Sherry, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of tough without knowing how your potassium and magnesium levels are to kind of help you with that. I feel I have a real strong feeling that those levels are low. So let's see. I use the Cola Zevia to make West Shoemaker's Cola barbecue sauce. As a drink, it's a no for me, but I'm not a soda drinker. Yeah, I love the Zevia Cola, and I love the Zevia Vanilla Cola even more. So, you know, and they have assured me it's beaver-free vanilla in the vanilla cola. So, I haven't seen Wes's Cola barbecue sauce, but I bet it's good. I think he used to do a lot. So I've watched him for a while, but it's mostly where he's testing out other people's recipes. But I'm pretty sure I've come across quite a few that he did himself, that he made his recipes too earlier on. I think he had a cookbook too. That was really cool. Wes did a couple of my recipes so far, so that was cool. The bread and the gravy, so that was pretty cool to see. Get a kidney function test. A lot of blood pressures are caused by kidney function. Yeah, Juliana, thanks for that. Didn't think about that either. Keep an eye on your caffeine intake. I find caffeine raises my blood pressure. One energy drink and mine is above normal. Yep. I use Kaizen for pasta. Chris Cook in Nashville has done some pastas. Barbara, Dreamfields, if I remember correctly, I think Dreamfields is pretty high in carbs. If I remember right, that was one that was it was supposed to be lower. Let me just look it up real quick. I can tell you that right now. Dreamfields pastas. Oops. I'm pretty sure that was one that was really high in carbs. Not as much so as the other ones, but it still has a lot. Let's see. Let's see. So per serving, 2 ounces is a serving. So that's a half cup dry. That has 42 grams of carbs. So you can subtract out the fiber, which is 9. So yeah, your net carbs, and that's 37 grams of carbs per serving. So that'd be a no for me. I try to go under. Even now, I'm doing low carb now. Strict keto, I'm under 20. Now I try to do under 40, kind of for maintenance. But I don't go over 40. So it would be like that. That's all I'd be able to eat for the day is that and just some protein. So I think that's too high because a serving of that is probably not going to be enough either. So I would say a no on that one. So I researched a bit ago. Yeah, so I'll check that diverticulitis and seeds thing out for y'all for next week. Let's see. Decaf and uncaf. Yeah, see, I shouldn't be drinking this coffee tonight, but I got some more work to do. Got to finish that video for Saturday tonight. So I get done with this live, and I do some editing and stuff. So I hope y'all like this video. I'll go ahead and tell you because it's 9 o'clock. So my Saturday video is a high protein peanut butter and jelly on the keto bread. So when y'all get done with your bread, save a couple slices for this. So Anyway, I think you'll like it. So peanut butter powder's in there, some Greek yogurt's in there. There's some protein powder in there, a little bit of sweetener, and then I'll show you the rest on Saturday. So it's going to be pretty good, or it is good. I've eaten it, but hopefully the video is going to be pretty good. Let's see. I'm decaf. Caffeine is sometimes weird for people too. Yeah, for a long time before I started doing keto again, I couldn't even drink coffee because it affected me so much. It affected my blood pressure so much, and I didn't know it was my blood pressure necessarily, but it just made me feel jittery and not good. And so weirdly, after I started back doing keto again, now I can do coffee again. So it's just caffeine is weird to different people, and depends on what form it's in too. Coffee versus tea versus energy drinks. So, well, Sherry, I don't know about Safeway, Smiths, and Bashas because we don't have any here, but I'd say Walmart's definitely going to be your best bet to save some money there. That's sort of Kaizen's new 2-net carb pasta. I'm excited to see if I like it. It's only lupini bean and xanthan gum. Xtina, we tried that tonight. My wife made a goulash, and we tried it. And it reminds me of a whole wheat pasta. So I had to try it out with 2-net carbs. I'm like, she didn't like it as much because it wasn't like traditional pasta. But I like the whole wheat pasta. It's kind of a thicker texture, which I like. I've always liked the whole wheat stuff. And so I think you'll like it. We ordered it, got it in yesterday, and she was excited to make it. So, and I'm a fan. Just had full blood work done. Kidney and liver levels are perfect. Yes, beaver butt free. Gotta be. Do they have Zevia at Sam's or Aldi? That would be convenient. Yes, they have a Zevia 24-pack at Sam's. It is I think it's 6 different flavors if I remember right. Let's see. 24. I think it's four of each of 6 different flavors. I usually get it at weirdly enough, our Publix is like the highest grocery store other than Whole Foods, in my opinion. But they have the best prices on Zevia. So I either get it there normally or Walmart Neighborhood Market because they got the black cherry in that pack, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does save a little money. But normally either Publix or the Walmart Neighborhood Market has the 8-packs. And so I usually get those in there. They're always a great price. And Publix usually has them on sale. So she likes the cream soda. It's her favorite. So, but yeah, Zevia does have that 24-pack. You get a lot of different lab tests done through Life Extension. If you don't have a doctor, they'll do them. Yep. The old beaver butts. Lord, if I have to give up my coffee, you might as well just dig on ground now. I only drink 2 cups a day. Sherry, 2 cups shouldn't hurt you, but like I said, the main thing you need to do is demand that they do the that magnesium and potassium test on you first. And like somebody else said, if the kidney functions good, then I feel like it's probably something with that. Under 17.5 net carbs. Yep. That is a good rule to go by there. Seen Zevia at grocery outlet. Did I imagine it, or were you doing a BBBE challenge? Janine, if that is for me, I did do one, I think last year. And I might try to do that again if anybody is interested in that. We might try to do that again like in January. Maybe I can try to come up with some recipes for it. And so it's not just the same old thing, because it's hard for me to stick to something like that. So I'm going to have to make something to make it a little different. So maybe we can do that. Sounds delish. Texture is a bit different. Yeah. Yep. Just make sure not to overcook it. Yeah, I don't know if they've got that. I have not seen that pasta in our stores, and so we ordered it for sure. I switched to half calf, and that works for me. Yep, beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. So yeah, if y'all are interested in doing some kind of challenge like that, maybe January, somewhere around there, let me know, and we'll try to do it. And I'll try to come up with some recipes to do during that, and maybe in the Facebook group too. I can post, some daily ideas or whatever. So I'd like to do it again, and at some point, it's kind of always good to reset every once in a while. So doing it now before the holidays. There you go. Oh, Janine, you might have been. Yeah, because I hadn't done it. I hadn't done it for a while, but yeah, Sherry, just get that blood work done and everything. So coming up Saturday, the high protein peanut butter and jellies on the keto bread. So if you have not made the keto bread, go ahead and make that, because you'll probably want, if you want a good peanut butter and jelly, go ahead and get that. I did that with a glass of milk. So that milk recipe is in the banana pudding video. And so just check all those out. And that peanut butter and jelly. So that was when that peanut butter powder first came out, everybody was on it because of the low fat thing. So I kind of took that and translated it. So there was a recipe then for this peanut butter, which is what I make in the video. But it uses peanut butter powder and Greek yogurt and protein powder. So, because still with the bodybuilding and the workout stuff back then, it was low fat, and high protein. So the combination of the two, to me, with the bread, with the good fat content in it, and the peanut butter with all the protein in it, is like a perfect keto combination. So it's not the well, it wouldn't be carnivore anyway because of the the sweeteners and stuff that I put in it. But anyway, it wouldn't be high protein and no fat. So it wouldn't be as heavy as what the bodybuilders and all the workout people were doing back then. But like I said, I just think it's a perfect keto combination with the high fat in the bread, with the high protein in that, and the little jelly. And you'll have to see the jelly Saturday. And I didn't make it myself, so there's a hint on that. So let's see. Smoky kitchen. I'm guessing you're talking about that beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Yeah, so get you the microwave bacon grill that I use. That's the only way I cook bacon now. I don't cook bacon except in that Marry Me Chicken video, just because everybody used they need to fry the bacon. But listen, seriously, looking back on it, if I didn't need to show it for the video, and if I make it myself at home, rest assured that bacon is going in the microwave, and that grease is going to get poured out into the pan, and I'm going to crumble that bacon up after it comes out. I ain't going through that again. So anyway, that was the first time in a while I've made bacon any other way, and the last time for a while too. Let's have to do something else with the bacon in a recipe. So, and it won't smoke up either. So that's the nice thing about it. Kaizen Food Company, first order is 15% off. If you choose to subscribe, it's also 15% off. Watch it, or worth it. I just said watch it. That's a pretty good deal to me. I wouldn't watch it. Just order it if you like that. Follow the cooking time. It's important not to overcook, and that is the truth. Sherry, you are very welcome, and yeah, I hope they'll do that for you. If not, you can get it done on your own, but it's always better if a doctor does it, because if you got insurance, then maybe they'll cover it for you. The doctor needs to make that happen, though. I've been making that banana pudding, no doubt. Can't wait, Juliana. Juliana, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks, everybody, for the great suggestions. Yes. Hey, this is a good group here, other than the one troll we had in here. Everybody's awesome, and everybody tries to support each other. And if you're not in that Facebook, if you're not in the Facebook group, go join the Facebook group. It's private, so you don't have to worry about anything that you say in there getting onto your personal Facebook feed, or any of your friends that might be vegans or whatever seeing it. And go in there. Everybody kind of posts, the recipes of mine that they make, other people's recipes that they make. I just ask that you keep it keto and low carb. There's somebody in last week that was not doesn't quite understand yet, and we're trying to help what keto and low carb is all about. And so there's a bunch of different recipes in there that were not keto that I had to remove. So, but anyway, and there's always good tips in there. People are always real helpful, and you recognize a lot of the people in here are in there too. So, and that's a great group, and I'm really glad that I started that, because everybody, I think we got a real good community going on, and everybody helps each other, and that's what it's all about. We can't do it alone, that's for sure. On the porch, I didn't notice, looks like the butter ran over. I set the timer for 65 minutes, got 5 to go. The temperature isn't there. It's browning nicely. Oh, I thought you were talking about, that butter has run over for a couple people, and that, whether I use 1 stick or 2 sticks, I have not had that happen yet. And I've been liking the 1 stick of butter. So I'm thinking, and let me know if you did this. I know you ground it up real fine, and you kind of want to leave a little bit of crumb to it and give it room. And like I said, just plop it in there and just smooth the top out, but give it room to expand, because that butter is going to get absorbed up. And so, yeah, I mean, we have not had that happen yet at all. So that may be it. Maybe you pushed it down a little bit, or maybe, yeah. And if it's getting too brown, then put some foil on top. Let it keep cooking. Just so you make sure it gets cooked. So I splurged on jelly from Sprout. Sweetener is xylitol. And just please, y'all, be aware, if you got anything with xylitol in it, it is toxic to dogs. So do not let your dogs get anywhere around it. I don't recommend it, just because of that reason, because someone may not know about it. So you'll never hear me recommend xylitol in any of my videos. So if you do use it, just please be aware of that fact of, if you've got any dogs around, just please, or cats. I've heard also, Donna, that's always here. She had a cat that passed away from xylitol also. So just please be aware of that. That's the reason I don't recommend it, is just for the dogs. So, and cats. Nothing better than the keto bread, your recipe. I finally found the best bread. I made it 3 times already. It came out at the same time. Perfect. Awesome. Well, I am so glad. I think it's a winning recipe. And there may be little tweaks that you have to make along the way. That's why I think that Facebook group is so important. Just because you can get on and share tips and stuff, you can share photos that you can't do on YouTube. I wish they would come out with that, where you could share photos and things on YouTube too. And I have heard rumors that they are going to have community pages on YouTube. And if so, I may switch over to that just to keep from going from different things to different things. But I feel like we got a lot of people on Facebook, so I'd like to keep both open. I just may have to add some moderators if they end up adding this community thing on YouTube. But I think y'all should have the ability to post photos and stuff on here of what you're doing, or somebody else may have a tip that'll help you. That's what the Facebook group's all about. I like al dente. Yeah, definitely follow those. Definitely follow the instructions on that pasta though. Maple bacon glazed donut. Oh, yep. Now that sounds good. 143 over 68 over 70. Yeah, that 143. And that's high. The 143 is high. So I would, yeah, definitely talk to your doctor about that test. I know you're going to, but you'll be able to figure it out from that. I do believe, especially if your kidney test has come out perfect. Yeah, Karen, the bacon comes out crunchy in the microwave. I always use, I hate to beat Aldi to death because I know everybody don't have Aldi, but there's two things that I don't buy anywhere but Aldi, and that's the keto tortillas from Aldi and their bacon. Their bacon in that microwave bacon grill comes out crispy every time. I use the regular premium is what it says on the pack. Whether it's premium or not, it's $3.99 a pack here. So I would say cheap, not premium, but it tastes premium. It comes out crunchy. I'd say premium's good for me. So, oh yeah, y'all hit the like. Y'all hit the like button. 34 watching, only 5 likes. Let's see. I used 1 stick of butter. Made a loaf today. Awesome. Yeah, I used one stick for this one for Saturday, so y'all can see how that came out. I just didn't want to I got some frozen in the freezer, but I didn't want to take it out. I wanted to make a fresh loaf for that. And and I'm glad I did because I learned that little cream cheese trick. So microwave your cream cheese first. Yeah, xylitol is 100% not pet friendly. Yep. I use 1 stick of butter. Has a really great rise. It's so pretty. You should see the smoke. I'm sorry about the smoke. Well, yeah, I guess you were distracted if your whole kitchen's smoky. But yeah, just and truth matters, did you tell me that you did press it down or you didn't say? Like I say, just chuck it in there, smooth out the top, and it should be fine. That should give the butter enough room to absorb in there, and that's what makes that good fat content to where you can do some high protein stuff on it and have a full, complete keto meal that'll hold you over to your next meal without you being hungry. So that fat's important for that. Oh, good. More likes. Thank y'all. Trying to stress out of your blood pressure. It took my cardiologist to figure out what I needed. It took some time. Yeah, William, there's all kind of tests that you can do. Just the fact of being low carb, and I don't know if you were low carb when you went to see the cardiologist or not, but being keto or low carb for that long and having the blood pressure issue, the first thing I would look at is the levels of electrolytes. Does Aldi deliver? Yeah, I don't think they're going to deliver that far, but they do deliver. Instacart shops Aldi. Hormel Natural is the best bacon. No nitrates or nitrites. Tina, have a great night. Still here with you. Listen, I'm about to get dinner going. Ribeye and asparagus with Parmesan. That sounds delicious. Very lightly pack the pork rinds. So yeah, don't pack anything. Just mix it up. And then when you mix it up, try to keep it. Don't just work it until it's all combined pretty good. It starts to get heavy, and you can see the pork rinds are all the way through it. And then just plop it in. Don't press it down or anything. Just smooth the top out, and I think it's still going to be good, but I think it'll be better next time you make it like that. So, don't try your bread with the Parmesan cheese like some suggested. And let's see, have a lot of weight to lose. My kidneys are still stressed out. I had a long hospital stay last Thanksgiving. William, I'm so glad you're here, and hopefully things will be a lot better for you this Thanksgiving. So, now, William, how long have you been keto or low carb? Let me know. Yep. Yeah, always read your labels too. And like my Saturday video, some people are gonna freak out because of one thing I'm gonna use in there, but I explain it. So, but I'm just like that when I read something on there and it doesn't make sense as to why would that ingredient be in there, and what purpose would it be? And there's no way that could be used in that way. And that's where I uncovered the thing about the maltodextrin. So anyway, even though it says maltodextrin on there, it's non-digestible form. So anyway, it's reading the label and then researching it too. But that's what, I'll let y'all know what I find out about things like that. So, because I'll do the research on that, and I always check me and check everybody else. But I want to know. I live this lifestyle, so I like to know what's going on, and I like to research ingredients and research studies and all that kind of stuff to make sure what's what. Oh, well, good, William. Yeah, this Thanksgiving will definitely be a lot better for you. Well, guys, if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We have been here. It's almost 2 hours, and I'm going to go because I have to finish. I have to finish that video for Saturday for this peanut butter and jelly for you. So I'm going to go do that. Down 200 pounds and maintaining, and that is 200 pounds is awesome. So, and y'all, like I said, you can come in after this. Add in what you want me to make with the keto flour, because I'm going to go through these comments probably tomorrow and do a poll with what you want to see with that keto flour. So, Karen, is your wife keto too? Yes, she is. So yeah, we do it together. She's the one. She made some quiche today. She's the one that came up with the lemon dessert, the stuffed peppers. There's a lot of stuff that we do that she kind of comes up with too. So, but yep, she is. I am, and my son is keto at dinner time because that's what we make. So, so yeah, exchange student. The next one I've got, I haven't decided on the Tuesday yet. I'm still working. I'm kind of behind. So, but the next video coming up is high protein, high fat peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So it uses my keto bread, a high protein peanut butter that I make, and jelly. And you'll have to see that part on Saturday. So that one's coming up. Hey, Christina, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Lynn. We'll see you next time. Smitty, thank you. Oh, let Sherry answer this right here. What device are you using to get your blood pressure? As a retired nurse, I would have been happy for my patients to have your blood pressure, though. Don't stress. Yep. Muffin recipe. All right. Well, y'all leave me a like and a heart and whatever on the way out. And I'm looking forward to Saturday. I think y'all will love this peanut butter and jelly. Hopefully the video is entertaining anyway. So if you don't like the peanut butter and jelly. So, but y'all, thank you so much. And y'all feel free to leave some comments on this. Keep talking to each other. Join that Facebook group, and we'll all help each other out in that Facebook group. It seems to be better for interaction than it is on YouTube necessarily, just because you can't have like a thread going. You can't post pictures, but on there you can. And so that is always in the description on my videos. And I'll go in after this and approve anybody that wants to be in. So y'all have a great night, a great Friday, and I'll see you early Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We will do some peanut butter and jelly. See y'all then.